I thought it might be fun for my first like official video here to do a little book craft is what I've decided to call it. Essentially, I'm going to do a craft that is related to a book and then talk about the book. So strictly speaking, this craft is not, I came up with the craft before I decided the book. I'm participating in the Junior Classical League convention in a few weeks, and I signed up for map, poster, and mosaic competition. So I'm making a mosaic. So, you know, this is Junior Classical League, so it's relating to Latin and ancient Rome. The book I'm going to talk about is related to ancient Greece, but they had, you know, similar mythologies. So I thought that the connection was good. So today we're going to make a fish mosaic and talk about the book Song of Achilles. So there are a few things you're going to need to make this project. Firstly, you're going to need a piece of wood. This is just a piece of wood that I found in the garage. It's nothing wild. It's not huge. It's like 2 of my face. It's wood. Secondly, you're going to want some Mod Podge and a paintbrush. Mod Podge kind of gunks up your brushes, so it's good to use an older brush that you can maybe toss afterwards or just always use your Mod Podge. But this one is the gloss. Next, you're going to want to have a hot glue gun. Mine is in a plastic bag right now, but I promise it's a hot glue gun. We got hot glue gun, we got hot glue sticks. We're ready to get gluing. So the final thing you need is some breakable items. So I just went to the local Goodwill, spent about $8 and picked up 4 plates and a cup. So this is my cup, this is one of my plates. I got mine in this like nice clear blue glass, this tan, I have an orange plate, I have a large blue plate, and I have a smaller green plate the size of this one. And that's really all you need. Okay, so scratch everything I just said. What you will need is a plastic bag. You put your plate in the plastic bag, and then you get a hammer. This makes me feel so much better about doing this now. I'm not dropping plates on the floor like a madman. Okay, so basically, this is the new method. Get a piece of newspaper, put it on the ground. I'm currently on the ground. You can't see me, but I'm here. Okay? Then put your plate, then grab your hammer. Now, it's time. Okay guys, so we're gonna be really careful and try not to like break anything while we do this. So just take your hammer, here's your plate. This is less scary. I feel less anxiety about doing this. Oh man, whew! And just kind of do that until you have plate shards, but be careful. So about the time I finished smashing up all my plates, my RA came over the intercom and said that whoever was making all that racket on 3rd or 4th floor needed to stop. It was me, I was making all that racket, so I stopped banging things with hammers. But anyways, what I ended up doing was breaking up all of the things that I had and putting them into a like Tupperware container. Be really careful when you're breaking things. I cannot emphasize this enough. I covered everything in a plastic bag, or I discovered newspaper was actually better, and I broke away from my face and away from anything important, and I like didn't look. So be careful, wear safety glasses if you can, and be careful when you're putting the shards into a container because they can cut you. And also sweep your floor completely afterwards. These are all good safety tips. Do this project at your own risk. Hi everyone, I wasn't going to insert this interlude, but I thought it might be fun to include a little crafting tip. As you can tell, it's another day because I'm wearing different clothing. So here's my Swifty crafting tip. Sorry, there are cars. This is a college campus. So my Swifty crafting tip is found pieces. Looky there. I like to go around campus and see what I can find, and I realized I didn't have any white bits for my project, and so I decided to see what cool glass I could find. I found some green bits of clear glass, some white pieces of porcelain and some really cool pieces of like patterned glass, like it's got texture. Anyways, I really think it'll zhuzh up the project, so if you're looking for some found art, go for it. Alright, so here I am doing the do of putting together the mosaic. So the first step, here I am thinking. The first step was to lay out all of the pieces in a way that looked like a fish. I mean, you could do anything you want, but I went for fish. I googled some pictures of fish mosaics to kind of see what's up. Now, obviously this mosaic is a little rougher than a regular mosaic would be, because classical mosaics, like you see in like pictures in museums and ruins and stuff, are made up of little bitty squares. These are not, but it's mosaic-like, so I consider it a win. So as you can see, I rearranged the pieces a lot to kind of get the way I wanted them to be. And the camera also shut off in the middle, so yeah, you'll see me get through most of it, and then you'll be like, oh, what? But anyways, yeah, so I'm just putting together the pieces. So here's how Fish Boy turned out. I haven't glued anything yet in this picture, but in this step I start the hot gluing process, which is absolutely fascinating. Hot gluing them down is a little difficult. Please try not to burn yourself. Also, hot glue strings will get everywhere, so I recommend twirling your hot glue gun a little. Since it's fast forward, it's a little hard to see me do that, but remove strings periodically and do all of those things. Kind of start at one edge and then just kind of go through it. Yeah. Try to kind of hit the high points. The smallest pieces are really hard because you both don't want to burn your fingers, but you also don't want to get glue strings everywhere. But ultimately, it's really not that bad. So I just finished hot gluing, and now we are down to the final fascinating step of the craft, and that is adding the Mod Podge. Not necessary, but lots of fun. Also, here you will see me realize I forgot to hot glue down several pieces, including like some large ones. But once I did that, then I just kind of Mod Podged everything, and it dries nice and clear, and it's, it's a good time. This is not required, but I just really like the way it looks. And then you're about to see a picture of the completed thing under light, so it's a little glossy. Hi everyone, I am back and here to finally talk about the book that is the book craft. Here we have it. This is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. So The Song of Achilles takes place in ancient Greece and is based on, of course, the myth of Achilles. Now, this book is amazing. I got it from my local bookstore, which is really great. I got it from Square Books in Oxford, Mississippi. You guys should definitely support your local bookstores. Square Books is really great. So are its little offshoots off Square Books and Square Books Junior. Great. Anyways, so one of the employees recommended it to me. It's a winner of the Orange Prize, and they said that Madeline had done extensive research, 8 years of it, to write this book. I actually follow her on Instagram, and she teaches Latin. She is a very, very cool woman. Anyway, so this is set in ancient Greece, and it tells the story of Achilles, but it also tells the story of Patroclus, who was Achilles' I guess lover is the way that they would say it, but they were definitely in a relationship. They were in love. This book is incredibly gay. I love it. This is like a nice prelude to Pride Month. Everything's gay. Anyways, so Song of Achilles, winner of the Orange Prize, New York Times bestseller. So one of the things that makes this book so fantastic is her writing, her prose, it's beautiful. Let me find something and read it to you guys and tell you guys what's up. So just to demonstrate how beautiful this is, I'm going to read from page 168. When dawn came, he rose stiffly. I must go tell my mother, he said. He was pale and his eyes were shadowed. He looked older already. Panic rose in me. Don't go, I wanted to say, but he drew on a tunic and was gone. I laid back and tried not to think of the minutes passing. Just yesterday we had a wealth of them. Now each was a drop of heart's blood lost. The room turned gray, then white. The bed felt cold without him, too large. I heard no sounds, and the stillness frightened me. It's like a tomb. I rose and rubbed my limbs, slapped them awake, trying to ward off the rising hysteria. This is what it would be every day without him. I felt a wild-eyed tightness in my chest like a scream. Every day without him. It's beautiful. The writing is beautiful, and Patroclus is the narrator for most of the book, and he is an amazing character. He is written in a way where you really feel all of his emotions. The prose is dripping with sweetness, just enough, not too much, just enough. I have a problem with prose that's like has too much like sweetness and decadence, but Madeline Miller, I love her, strikes the perfect balance. Achilles is everything you expected and also simultaneously nothing you expected. We've always heard the myth of Achilles, all the stories surrounding him, but in this book he's both larger in life and also incredibly small. She's created a duality of character that is amazing, astounding, something I didn't think was possible. When I got this book, I read it overnight. I got it the day I was going to go to a friend's house for a little sleepover, and I ended up staying up later than everyone else. Everyone else went to bed, and I continued reading just to finish this book because it's amazing. The ending, beautiful. The beginning, beautiful. I'm going to read you something else from the beginning of the book so you guys can kind of get an idea of what that's like. This is from page 49. He played my mother's lyre and I watched. When it was my turn to play, my fingers tangled in the strings and the teacher despaired of me. I did not care. Play again, I told him, and he played until I could barely see his fingers in the dark. I saw then how I had changed. I did not mind anymore that I lost when we raced, that I lost when we swam out to the rocks, and I lost when we tossed spears or skipped stones. But who can be ashamed to lose to such beauty? It was enough to watch him win, to see the soles of his feet flashing as they kicked up sand, of the rise and fall of his shoulders as he pulled through the salt. It was enough. Once again, Patroclus, amazing narrator. I am really excited to read Madeline's newest book, Cirque, which I know came out about a year ago, but I have not read it yet because I am a terrible human being. Also, the book is, I think, currently only out in hardback, and I cannot afford that. This book was paperback, and it still cost me, how much money? It still cost me $16. And I don't have the cash. So, I can't wait till it comes out in paperback, or I might borrow it from a friend. But she is an amazing writer, she is an expert, an authority, and she took a myth that we all know and transformed it into something new, something beautiful, something astounding, something that I'm willing to sit here and talk to you about because it's that good. I have posted about Song of Achilles on my blog many times because it is just such an amazing book. It will rip your heart apart but also knit it back together. The plot never drags, there are no plot holes, it's beautifully written, elegantly researched, and I adore it. And I hope you guys read it.